What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS 3 Raw TV. Tonight I'm going to share something with you guys. If you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen what I'm going to talk about right now, but this has nothing to do with fitness, but I feel like the message should get out there because it's important. It's an important message. Okay, that being said, this past weekend, Aaron and I flew to visit a friend. It was actually Sheamus from the WWE. We went out there to visit with him, film some stuff for Celtic Warrior workouts, and just chill for a little while. Now, we left from Dulles Airport, which is where I usually leave from for just about every fucking flight. And depending on what I look like will depend on what type of security I go through, how I'm scrutinized. Whenever I have a long, thick, dark beard, I get more profiled, and especially now with what they think is Arabic on my hand, which is the Om symbol. They automatically think it's an Arabic thing. They go, the beard, the Arabic. I actually get pulled out of line and search, and it actually is a real big fucking mess. And interesting enough, I told the story once before that Aaron and I were coming back from Mexico one time, and I was really dark. I had the long beard, and it was at the point where they were having a lot of like stuff happening in DC about people being racist towards people of Arabic or Middle Eastern descent because there was like a block coming from certain countries to get into the U.S. So because there was some scrutinization and some basic flat-out racism going on, when we landed, we came through customs, and where we usually get searched at customs, when I walked up to customs, I walked and handed my thing to my guy, to the security guy. He goes, "Oh, you just didn't even want to touch the passport." He's like, "You're all set, go ahead," and they just let us in. And I looked at her and I was like, "Why the fuck did they just let us in?" And she was like, "The plane that just came in, like I guess with us, because we're all going, like the Mexico plane and the plane from fucking the Middle East came at the same time, so we're all going through customs kind of at the same time and coming out the other end." And when we got out, people were like, "Welcome to America." There was a whole bunch of lawyers sitting waiting at the other side in the U.S. Like, "Did you have any problems getting in? Did they say anything rude to you? Any kind of slandering?" I was just like, "What the fuck?" They thought that I was fucking Middle Eastern. So at the time, security didn't want to mess with me because they didn't want to get sued to be profiling somebody who was Middle Eastern. Interesting, right? So I was just like, okay, we just kind of laughed it off as like, no, I'm actually from here. I'm not from the Middle East. Like, I live here. I have no Middle Eastern descent. Like, this makes no fucking sense to me. But, it was the first time we actually saw some, I guess, racial profiling at the airport. Now, whenever I have the beard and I go through the airport to try to go somewhere, sure enough, I get searched a lot more heavily. And this is the second time that I had the beard when I went through security and the hand tattoo that they found a quote-unquote groin anomaly. Now this one really, I was wearing the same type of fucking jeans that I wear the last time I went through that this happened, and they spotted a groin anomaly. And I'm like, what the fuck? So they always wind up having these, when you go through the scanner, you hold your arms up like this, you go through the scanner, they always wind up searching my shoulders. I wear a tank top through the airport, and they'll search my shoulders. So I think what happens is the scar tissue from the synthol and stuff that I used built up such density in my shoulders that when the scanner goes around, it sees that scar tissue. They think I have something inside my shirt, or I even had a tank top on. They still search my shoulders. But this is just getting into the story that happened this weekend that I really want you guys to understand. So I do get profiled going through customs depending on how I look. And I actually asked the guy, I said, "Is this because of the way I look?" And he's like, "No." I'm like, "Bullshit." I'm like, "I come here without a beard. You guys don't fucking do shit. I walk right through security. If I come through here with a long beard, next thing you know, I'm pulled aside, ask questions, all kinds of shit." And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, if you're profiling me to be safe so that the plane is safe, just tell me I'm profiling you so we can be safe, and I'll be like, okay, like, I don't fucking care. Because I'm actually not fucking Middle Eastern. Like, I don't care. Just let me know the truth. Like, don't look me in the fucking face and lie to me because I know what's going on. But they can't really admit it, la la la, whatever. So this past weekend, I go through the fucking scanner. I stand there with my arms like this. They scan the fucking thing, goes around you. I come on and I said, "You're going to look at my shoulders, aren't you?" And the guy kind of laughs because it was shoulders. He goes, "We also have a groin anomaly." And I was like, "Again?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, whatever. So I'm standing there and he goes, "I have to pat you down with the backs of my hands and I have to go over the front of your groin and through the back." I was like, whatever. So I had to go through this before and it's uncomfortable for me to begin with. But anyways. So this guy starts rubbing up and down, not patting like you're supposed to, because I've been through this before, rubbing up and down, then pushing into my fucking penis. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, that's not how this is done. Like, I know it's not, right? And he's like, he's squatted down, he's got his head down, he's doing this, and he keeps pushing into my penis like this. So about the fifth time he did it, I go, "Oh," and I screamed it. I go, "Oh, enough." And he fucking stops, and he stands up, and he smirks in my face, looks at me just like this. He actually leaned in and went, "Just doing my job," just like that. And I was like, I looked him right in the eye. There was two other TSI guys. Aaron had already gone through security. He said, if you touch me again, I'm going to break your fucking jaw. And I yelled it so everybody heard it. So he took 2 steps back and a whole bunch of TSA agents came in, including like a manager. And I said, if that motherfucker, and I'm swearing, I was freaking out. I'm like, that motherfucker comes anywhere near me again, he's going home in a fucking bag, or at least be in the fucking hospital for the next 6 months. Fuck this guy. I started really getting, and I wasn't holding my voice down. I was like, fuck it, I don't care at this point. What these TSA people don't understand is I was molested as a kid. To have somebody standing there fucking rubbing my dick like that is not okay. I don't give a fuck what they think is going on the plane or whatever. I understand how it's supposed to be done. This guy was not following protocol. So the supervisor kind of pulls me aside, and he's got 2 or 3 other TSA people with him. Because I'm telling him, I said, he's like, you can't tell that guy you're going to hit him. I said, fuck him. He can put his fucking hands on my dick, but I can't tell him to fucking jack his jaw. I'm like, that's illegal, touching my fucking junk. No, you can't just fucking touch my dick like that. I was really, really upset, right? So finally, the supervisor or whatever says, do you want to file a report? You should file a report. I said, I don't want to file a report. I said, I want that motherfucker to just come over here and tell me he's fucking sorry. Like, that's it. That's all I wanted, this whole fucking situation. But that's fucked up. And I was trying to tell him, like, that's not how it's done. I know. And he's like, well, you know, we have a way we search. I'm like, bullshit, I've done this before. That's not how it fucking works. You don't do it like that, right? Now, he was just like, listen, if you want to file a report, da-da-da. And the other lady was like, yeah, I think it would be best if you filed a report. And I was like, I gotta get on this fucking plane. I don't have time to file a report. Fuck you guys. Fuck him and fuck everybody. Took my shit and walked away with Erin. And Erin was sitting there. She was getting upset because she's like, fuck, he's going to get arrested. Because I literally, when I put my hands up, I said, oh, enough. And when he got in my face, I went like this with my hand. I pulled my fucking hand like this. And I said, I'm telling you right now, if you touch me again, I'm going to break your fucking jaw. And that kind of led to the whole situation of us getting on the fucking, the plane. And we went away for the weekend. We did our thing. And while I was away on the weekend, I got an email from an individual. And this person, I guess, works at TSA. And he actually told me that Arlington, Virginia is where the TSA is kind of located here, or like the main offices or whatever. He said, you need to go to the Arlington, Virginia TSA offices and file a report because we're having extensive problems with people doing their jobs not the right way. And he wasn't talking, he actually went very in depth in the email, saying basically molesting people at the fucking TSA and getting away with it because it's their job. Like they're hiding under the guise that they can touch your body parts that you don't want them fucking touching. And they're just doing their job. And then what happens is the fucking supervisor, because they didn't really see it, comes over to back them up. So basically they just get away with it over and over again. Then they just back off for a little while and they don't do that shit. And like 3 or 4 months later, they're doing the same shit to another person. But it's not the normal way that they fucking are supposed to pat you down. So I kind of stepped back and I was like, first of all, only when I have the beard do I get searched more than when I don't have the beard. There's like a distinct fucking, it's not coincidence. It's every single fucking time I have the beard and go through there. I don't necessarily get patted down in the groin, but I get extensive searches or even pulled aside when I get my ticket signed and stuff before you even get to security. I've been pulled aside there and asked different questions like, what's your birth date? How long have you been in America? I'm like, I was fucking born here. What do you mean, how long have I been here, right? And when they asked me how long I have been in America, I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's my fucking license. I didn't show you a fucking passport. It's a goddamn fucking Virginia license, or before it was a Maryland license. What do you mean, how long have I been in America? Like, it blew my fucking mind because I'm like, you guys think I'm fucking foreign and I'm trying to pull one over me. I'm like, but I'm a fucking American citizen. I was born here. And then to find out later that TSA is having problems with people that apparently, I don't want to go on a limb and say that there's fucking people out there that are getting their kicks off of touching other people and then even getting more of a kick out of it because that person can't fight back and do anything about it. That's some pretty sadistic shit, some pretty fucked up shit. So I figured, I put up the post on Instagram, so I was super pissed, and I put it up. I was like, fuck you, TSA, fuck all your shit. I was really pissed. But now I kind of stepped back and I said, look, if I literally sat down with that fucking person and said, I'm getting a lawyer, I'm going to sue the fuck out of you guys because you know what? I was molested as a kid. And you don't need to know that fact because that's my personal opinion. My personal fucking information. But now you know what's going on. And the way that your person touched me is not your protocol and I can fucking prove it. So that would really be a problem for TSA. Someone who's been molested, who's now getting fondled at the fucking airport when they're trying to go on a goddamn trip. And I'm telling you right now, you stand in front of a fucking judge and say, look, this is what happened to me as a kid. This is what happened in there. This is not acceptable. TSA is going to lose that shit. So they don't want that press. They don't want any of that shit, which that's not what I want to do. I don't care. That's not what it's about. It's about making sure that nobody else goes through it because next time I'll be fucking waiting. Next time I know what the fuck's going on. When I walk through that fucking airport with a beard, that motherfucker touches me the wrong way, immediately this fucking thing is over. Like all done. I'm walking through the fucking security. It's all done. Or maybe, to be honest with you, you might be able to just say, you know what? Here's the deal. Fucking, you are not touching me. If you don't fucking like it, too bad. You're not touching me. I'll take my fucking pants down right now and show you what's in there. but you're not fucking touching me. I'll literally strip down butt fucking naked to show you, but you are not fucking touching me. Maybe that's the way to go about it too, but then they get to see your fucking junk, so that may make it be happier. But then they get to touch you, so fuck it, whatever. But the bottom line is, guys, if anything happens at the airport that you don't feel comfortable with, immediately fucking grab the supervisor, file the report, or call their main offices to file the report, because apparently this is happening over and over again. And now it seems like it's not just like a one-time thing. Like, it's happening in the same spots over and over again. And from what I understand from this email, it's the same people doing it over and over again. And sometimes they're actually moved to other places in the airport where they're not at security anymore. They're moved someplace else so they can not be there anymore to fondle people that they're not supposed to fondle, which means it's a fucking problem. So at this point, I'm kind of, I don't want to say I'm kind of over it, because it still irks me a little bit that this person was able to get away with it and just kind of fucking smirk. Like, the smirk in my face and kind of leaning in like that and kind of laughing at me, that was what really pissed me off, I think, more than the actual fucking fondling. To be honest with you, the fondling fucking just made me uncomfortable. Like, it made me feel uncomfortable. I didn't like it, and I was like, fuck, I don't feel good right now. But the real anger started when the guy fucking stood up, laughed in my face, and just fucking turned around and kind of waddled away until I told him I was going to fucking punch him in his jaw. Then he looked like, well, I didn't do anything. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, I thought right off the bat, this whole situation was going to get out of control really fast, especially when all the TSA agents came my way. I thought that was it. I said, we're not making this flight, and we're probably going to have to go to court. It's going to be a big fucking thing. But even the supervisor was like, oh yeah, you should file a report, because they already knew. They already knew that this shit is going on, and they can't fucking say it out loud because they're trying to fucking keep it under wraps. But they're trying to do the right thing and go through the right channels. But bottom line is, guys, they have to stop. If you tell them to stop touching you, they have to, by law and their own rules at the airport, stop. Okay? That's all you have to do. Stop, don't touch me, and then talk to the supervisor about it and get it over with. But do not let fucking people take advantage of you guys. Like, this was something that I wasn't expecting. I slept an hour and a half before I went to catch that flight. I had no food in me for about a good 10 or 12 hours. Like, I was feeling like shit already to begin with. I was pretty cranky. But having some dude fondle me at the fucking security and then laugh in my face, it wasn't acceptable on all terms. So always protect yourself, guys, and don't fucking let anybody take advantage of you, because it's fucking bullshit. BioStreetTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. BioStream.com's blog. It's the bullshit at TSA Bicep, and we are out.